What's up, y'all? I'm Jordy, and today I'm using an absolutely unhinged team. This team was made by Lorenzo. I'll make sure to link the post in the description below. But this team is just wild. What you can do with this team is several things. First of all, this is a boneless Zamazenta down here in the corner with choice specs. Fairy, Tera, Moonblast, Snarl, Dazzling Gleam, Focus Blast. It is faster than Miraidon and Co-Rhydon. So Co-Rhydon could be caught off guard, for example, by this Tera Fairy Moonblast. Because you're not used to boneless Zamazenta. Boneless Zamazenta is actually faster than those two, whereas Shield Zamazenta is slower. But the rest of this team is also crazy. We've got an Eject Pack Prankster Sableye. Eject Pack swaps you out when you have a lowered stat. But Sableye isn't going to lower its own stats. What it's going to do is it's going to skill swap Prankster onto our Smeargle, taking Moody. Then at the end of the turn, when Moody gives it a drop, it'll Eject Pack out, and then you can bring in Terapagos, for example, next to a Prankster Smeargle with Decorate and Spore. That can go absolutely insane if you pull off the combo, and if they don't have a way of stopping priority moves. Farigiraf and Indeedee are quite common, so that doesn't always do much. But you can still side Decorate in the face of priority blocking, so it's not the worst. Then we have a Scarf Chi-Yu, not super normal set, but mostly normal, plus Psychic Tera Psychic. And then a Ditto. A Safety Goggles Ditto. Ditto's just a Ditto. Ditto's a good mon. Sometimes. It really depends on what the opponent brings. But anyways, super excited to try this. I don't know how well this is going to go. We'll see. But let's get into it. Alright, we've got Palkia Origin and Lugia. They've got Chandelure, Blood Moon Ursaluna, Rillaboom, and Grimmsnarl. That is such a cool team. That team is so cool. Alright, immunities to Prankster Spore include whoever has Safety Goggles and Grimmsnarl. So, I think Sableye, because they don't have Redirection, plus Smeargle could be pretty solid. I'll bring Terapagos, of course. Now, finally, I'm leaning... Now, it seems like Lugia is typically a setup mon. So do I want Ditto to copy that? Or do I accept that my setup is just faster and bring one of my Snarl users to try to soften up all of their powerful special attackers? I think I'm going that route. But which Snarl user is better? Spec Zama or Scarf Chi-Yu? I don't think I'm going to want to hit-click Heat Wave or Psychic. Whereas with Zama, I'm going to click Snarl anyway. 132 special attack and very fast. I think it's Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu is faster and stronger if we're just clicking Snarl. Just, Zama's way bulkier, but on the physical side. And they don't have many physical attackers, so I think it's Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu resists Rillaboom anyway. So that's what I'm going with, and that's my reasoning. Last mon is mostly going to click Snarl if everything goes according to plan. Excellent trainer card with the roaming Gimmighoul looking at the sunset. Excellent. Fantastic. No notes. 10 out of 10. Chandelure. That's awesome. Alright, I'm going for the side skill swap into Smeargle. I'm going for the fake out into Grimm. They're going for a Tera turn 1, I guess. With Chandelure, maybe Grass to avoid Spore. Fire! They want to do damage. Okay. I can respect that. Not gonna let Grimm do anything. It was using something of priority. It went before Smeargle. They went before Sableye. Alright, Prankster Smeargle now. Double connect Heat Wave. Sableye might not take that. As long as Smeargle doesn't get burned, we're still okay, though. I'd say very okay. Terapagos. The question is, am I willing to take a Heat Wave to get +2 special attack? Because I could Spore. Or Decorate. But then Grimmsnarl could finish me off. Grimmsnarl might not. I think the fact that Grimmsnarl might not finish me off means Rock Polish plus Spore is the correct play. Alright, we're Prankster too, so anything Grim is doing is going after Smeargle because we're faster. Light Screen, perfect. Perfect! I get to have my cake and eat it too. I get a speed boost. I get the Spore. I'm gonna get a special attack boost. It's excellent. Now I'm going for Tera Starstorm. I want to blow up that Chandelure before it has a chance to wake up. And side Decorate. I'm giving up my shell because I'm ready to go on the offense. I'm at +2/+2. Light Screen's only going to slow me down so much. If they have Thunder Wave and are faster and wake up turn 1. Okay, so I guess they do have a play here. They Thunder Wave Terapagos. And their Chandelure is faster than our Terapagos, which it very well could be. It could even be Scarf. We don't know. Alright. Show me not Thunder Wave. Sucker Punch. Oh, that's fine. You're just trying to break the shell. Well, I broke the shell myself. And +2, super effective. I don't think Light Screen saves the Chandelure. Light Screen could save like a Lugia, but not a Chandelure. Because you went for Sucker Punch, Light Screen is all we saw. Is it Light Screen reflect Spirit Break Sucker Punch? If your only move is Sucker Punch, you can't actually hit my Smeargle with that. I'm gonna Spore whoever you bring in. I guess maybe you could bring in Rillaboom. Can't Spore that. I wonder if it would be worth swapping out at that point. It's Lugia. Alright, Lugia, you got safety goggles? So I'm clicking Tera Starstorm and Spore. And if you do have safety goggles, then not the worst position for you. Sucker Punch plus a move into Terapagos might get the KO? Nah, you're a Lugia. Probably not. Terapagos is way bulky. And you're not goggles. Perfect. Do think this should probably be a Sucker Punch from Grim. It is. Shipping down the Terapagos, and it is doing some good damage. I mean, Grimmsnarl has a good attack stat. No question there. How much did that do? That did no damage to Lugia. Whoa. Multiscale is cracked. Multiscale is straight up an insane ability. Alright, is this Palkia? Palkia! I know what item you have. And you already used Tera, so I guarantee get to Spore you. I think Sporing it right now is better than going for another Decorate. I'm not going to knock out Lugia even with another +2. +4 into Palkia. I don't know if that KOs either in one shot. It's a bulky mon. So I think Spore is my best bet. Lugia could wake up this turn, but Lugia being that bulky, ain't no way it can do damage too. Not until it gets a boost of some kind. Yeah, next one will do it with another Decorate. Lugia stays asleep. No, that's Palkia. Lugia stays asleep. Game over. Let's go. This tech is like working, huh? Incredible. Prankster Smeargle is not a thing that should be allowed to work. Let's boost up this Terapagos and blast him. Rock Polish on this Terapagos too is a cool attack. Going first with all these boosts. Even crazier than just having them. Goodbye. Very cool team you got there. I'm sorry we didn't get to see what it could do. I mean, we saw what Chandelure does. Chandelure does insane damage. You know, I love Chandelure. Massive respect for that. Let's go Turtle. And you've got an excellent trainer card. Alright, we've got Kali Shadow Ho-Oh with Indeedee, Raging Bolt, Grimmsnarl, and Urshifu. Urshifu, probably the one thing that's scary for the Smeargle Sableye stuff, along with Indeedee blocking priority. I don't know if that's really the play then. Chi-Yu is great against most of that stuff that isn't Urshifu, honestly. So really it's how do I handle Urshifu? And the answer to that is Spore it? I'm gonna be able to, I'm gonna get Surging Strikes. That's not really gonna work. Having a Ditto is only good for speed ties. Terapagos just being so good against most of that team makes it an obvious bring. Maybe I just go Terapagos Smeargle? Try to get a Decorate right away? See if they lead Urshifu? If they do lead Urshifu, I have to do Urshifu and Indeedee, otherwise I can fake it out. Is this Chi-Yu faster than an Urshifu? Yes. I'll bring Chi-Yu. And I'm gonna bring Ditto. I don't think Zamazenta provides much value that Chi-Yu doesn't in this particular matchup. The fairy coverage isn't super relevant. I guess it hits Urshifu decently, but Chi-Yu's actually faster if they're Scarf. Eevees! A shiny Eevee and a shiny Umbreon! Oh, that's so cute. Ho-Oh. And it is Urshifu. Well, I can certainly Rock Polish and try to fake out the Urshifu. That's what I'm going to go with. If you want to bring in Indeedee, fine. Alright, we get the fake out. Urshifu flinches. Terapagos Rock Polishes. Ho-Oh, what, Sacred Fire Smeargle and gets the burn and then we get knocked out? No, they're going after the Terapagos. Which cannot... Whew, that did a lot of damage. That was a critical hit. Oh, okay. Moody gives us an attack boost and a defense drop. Not particularly useful. But... if we follow me, we get Surging Strikes, and then Ho-Oh hits us. If we protect, we just get hit by maybe Surging Strikes. I don't think Starstorm is going to be enough. Going for Follow Me, Starstorm. I really doubt Starstorm is enough to take out this Urshifu, and with the crit... Should I have Terastalized? I don't know. Alright, we're seeing a Tera, which is surprising, because I could have Tera'd. So if I went Tera Starstorm here, that would have been awkward for you with my Tera. But maybe they just click Close Combat with Urshifu here? Or maybe we get the KO anyway? Ain't no way. Yeah. Close. Okay, they did Close Combat. That's pretty big. That's really big. I absolutely love that. That should have been Surging Strikes. Forget I get Follow Me? Oh, they said Tailwind. Oh, that's awkward. Well, that's pretty awkward, yeah. Okay. Well, the Close Combat's still going to get redirected into Smeargle. And then I get to go Stellar Starstorm. I can't just protect out these Tailwind turns because of Urshifu being Urshifu. So this is the only play I have. I get to take out Urshifu, I get to do big damage into Ho-Oh. I get to take big damage from Ho-Oh. I guess we'll see. to see how bad it is. Should I have I should have Terra'd last turn. Now that I think about it, there's not much reason to do it other than maybe Starstorm KOs Urshifu, but there was no way it was going to. Since we were moving first, even if they close combated and dropped their special defense, it would go after us. There's a close combat. Important to pay attention to this speed tier here. I didn't think to pay attention the last time we both attacked. Because I'm at +2 and they're in Tailwind. We are faster than the Ho-Oh. Okay. That's very nice. Could be a 2-shot. Not quite. And they'll have to, what, Brave Bird to KO us here? Sacred Fire should do it. Yeah. Brave Bird wouldn't have done it either. I think Ditto's pretty nice offensively here. So I'm going to go for Ditto. They bring in Grimmsnarl. Okay. That's a little defensive of a play, honestly. I expected more aggression. Because considering your last is pretty likely to be Shadow Rex, I want to keep Terapagos alive. I want to protect. Do I want to get my own Tailwind? Or do I want to just try to knock out Ho-Oh? I think I'm going to just try to knock out Ho-Oh as soon as possible. Because if we set up Tailwind, then we're going to Speed Tie next turn. Right, their Ho-Oh just protected. I guess I should have Tailwinded. Darn. They set up Light Screen. Alright, well, I Starstorm, and I Tailwind. Would have been a lot better to Tailwind last turn, but now this turn I definitely should Tailwind. Since their Tailwind is running out, I can take advantage of that. Having my own Ho-Oh is nice, especially because they can't really do too much damage to me. I guess Brave Bird from their Ho-Oh, since Ditto has low HP, could do a big chunk. Alright, they Thunder Wave my Ho-Oh. Fine. Valid. We get our Starstorm with Light Screen. You're gonna be fine. Sacred Fire into our Terapagos. You need to Brave Bird. I guess you don't know I'm Covert Cloak. Alright, our Ho-Ohs are speed tying right now. You're probably going to Thunder Wave Terapagos. Terapagos is still going to move before Ho-Oh even paralyzed. So I'm going to Thunder Wave. And I'm going to Tera Starstorm, just go for it. And I think rip Sacred Fire into Grim might be the best play. I'm between Sacred Fire and Brave Bird into Grim. HP is not that important. Is it? I'm going to Brave Bird. Has a higher chance of KO than Grim. The Ho-Oh swap is interesting. It is Calyrex last. I guess they wanted the Regenerator for their Ho-Oh. Thunder Wave misses the Terapagos. Alright, as long as we don't have our Ditto full paralyzed, we get rid of Grim here. Terapagos is very happy about not being paralyzed. Ooh, full para on Ditto. Not great. 2 turns of Tailwind remain. I think my priority is still get rid of Grim. Yeah, because Chi-Yu can sweep if we get rid of Grim. Here's a Starstorm. Raining Kiss does not take out Terapagos. Nice try. And have a Breakthrough. Goodbye, Grim. Perfect. We still got a Tailwind turn, I think. They can't Thunder Wave us. They could double protect. Tailwind actually isn't super relevant, except that it makes the two Ho-Ohs speed tie. No, I can't let them get Tailwind on their end. I'm gonna go for Starstorm. I'm gonna go for Brave Bird on their Ho-Oh. They probably double protect to stall out our Tailwind. They're Ho-Oh protecting, but not their Calyrex is interesting. Everything's gonna be in Heat Wave range in a second. Draining Kiss the Terapagos? Okay. You get a +1 special attack boost from that. But you already used Tera. I wonder if I just lock Dark Pulse. What's the downside of blocking Dark Pulse? If I Dark Pulse, their Ho-Oh is now faster than mine. Brave Bird could theoretically one-shot Chi-Yu. Yeah, max attack Brave Bird can one-shot a Chi-Yu, so I think I have to click Heat Wave whether I like it or not. And I'll just throw another Brave Bird at the Ho-Oh, just in case like that misses. Here's Heat Wave. Not a KO on either. But they Tailwind. Knock out their Ho-Oh. Do we still have Ditto? How much HP did we have? We don't still have Ditto. They got the Tailwind. Heat Wave wasn't even enough, so it was definitely Dark Pulse was the play. If that's how much Astral did, that's 60 damage. 60 plus a third of 60. It's about 80. We might go down to Astral Barrage here. Very tense moment. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. Should have Dark Pulsed. Uh-oh. Should have Sacred Fired their Ho-Oh, honestly. Brave Bird was a throw. Because if I didn't have the recoil, this was still spread. Be in a much better position. I guess they're calculating Draining Kiss versus Astral Barrage. Protected. Do they have Disable? If they have Disable, and they're just scouting to see if I'm choiced, they just win the game off that. Okay, no, they just gotta go for Astral, and it's gonna be a damage roll. And we live, oh, with 9 whole HP. Let's go, Chi-Yu. Thank you for not missing there and making everything very awkward. Okay, so maybe the first Astral did more than it should have. Cool. Very cool. Good game. Very close one. Cool trainer card, too. Alright, we've got a Miraidon Kali Ice team here. Iron Hands, Farigiraf, Whimsicott, and Incineroar. Spore's not very useful. Trick Room is terrifying. Prankster moves aren't very useful. I'm going to want a Ditto. Alright. I definitely want Ditto to copy their Calyrex at some point, most likely. How do I start? I think I start Terapagos. Maybe still Terapagos Smeargle. Just try to decorate and do some damage. And then bring in Ditto in the later game. Along with... it's not Sableye. Farigiraf ruins anything Sableye wants to do. It's either Zamazenta or Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu boosts damage, can hit Calyrex pretty well. Zamazenta, guess hits Miraidon a little better, but they both have Snarl. Either way, I'm going to be locked into a move. I think locking into Heat Wave is better than most of what Zamazenta can do, so I'm leaning Chi-Yu here. But it's iffy. I'm definitely never going to click Focus Blast. So, I mean, if it's Spec Zamazenta, it could still have Body Press. Night Sky, pretty good trainer card. Simple, cool, like it. Miraidon, Iron Hands. Okie dokie. I think I protect Decorate. Obviously, they could just double Smeargle. But I think I need to take a risk. I'm going to protect Decorate. Faking out Smeargle is risky. Could be Ghost Tera. Alright, they're not faking out the Smeargle. Perfect. That means I get the Decorate. Even if they take out Smeargle here with Iron Hands. Which they might not. They might have been Dazzling Gleam to break the shell. And then hit it with Iron Hands. Perfect. Well, now what? Now that's going to happen again. Could Stellar Tera, Earth Power the Miraidon. This gets rid of Terrain, making the Dazzling Gleam weaker, making the Drain Punch weaker. I'm just gonna Dazzling Gleam, but I'm gonna click Spore just in case they swap Miraidon somehow. For some reason, and they don't take out Smeargle. I get rid of the Terrain and I get to click Spore. But I think I just have to take this Dazzling Gleam Drain Punch to the face. Which is not very cool. Don't love it. Dazzling Gleam doesn't do much of anything. I think without the boost, I live Drain Punch. Terra boosted Earth Power should do it to a Miraidon. Yeah. Oh, a crit, definitely. Definitely fear how much this is about to do, though. That's a lot. The rest of their team is pretty slow. I think I go Chi-Yu for offensive pressure. Boost the Terapagos damage. Save Ditto for the scenario where I think Ditto will be good. For Farigiraf, that's not very offensive. I think I Starstorm. Maybe I Earth Power the Iron Hands and Heat Wave. Do I want to stop a Trick Room going up? Or do I want to stop Iron Hands from ever existing? I'm going to Tera Starstorm. Well, I'm going to Earth Power Heat Wave. Yeah. I'm going after Iron Hands hard. Heat Wave misses the Iron Hands, I'm guessing. Yep, of course. Alright, well I got +2, I got the Chi-Yu boost, but... Oh, it does it! Oh, it does it anyway! Whew! Okay, that's good. Alright, have your Trick Room, sweep with your horse, have fun. Yeah, yeah. I think I just Tera Starstorm because they need to high horsepower to hit Chi-Yu. And I'll just click Heat Wave. You could just defensive... Okay, they high horsepower to hit Chi-Yu. Which means I get the Starstorm off, which is beautiful. Unfortunately, that means Ditto comes in on the wrong slot. Actually, this could be bad. Foul Play doesn't take Terapagos, as it shouldn't. We take the Farigiraf, and we get to learn how Imposter works if you go in on an empty slot. Cool. I'm pretty sure this is just gonna not copy anything, and then we lose. Yes! Perfect. Exactly what I wanted, Ditto. That's pretty slow. Honestly, we might move first. I'm gonna go ahead and protect. Multiple turns of Trick Room remain. Try to just transform. Could definitely be slower than this Cali. And you can't transform into a Terapagos. Okay, we're not slower than Cali. Ditto, take the hit. Ditto's never gonna take a hit. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Ditto. They are min speed. Ditto, no! Ditto, why? Isn't Ditto supposed to be slower than that? What's Ditto base speed? Ditto's base speed is 48. If we were actually min speed, we would still be in this game. 2 turns of Trick Room. I have to protect twice. That's a triple protect I need. It's not gonna happen. 2 in a row is not crazy. 3 in a row is crazy. But if we get the 3 in a row, Starstorm clears from here. Doesn't happen. Okay. It wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, the Ditto not being min speed cost us the game. It's close to min speed, but it's not quite. It didn't have a 0 speed Ditto. That speed point, I think, that's not gonna happen very much. If we had our Mons positioned more correctly, that would have worked out, but GG. Alright, we've got Shadow Rider, Zamazenta. They've got Rillaboom, Raging Bolt, Chien-Pao, and a Moongus. A very Zamazenta team with a Shadow Rider on it. Well, Pagos doesn't love to see Zamazenta, but isn't too worried about the rest. Having Chi-Yu to threaten the Zamazenta is also very nice. Sableye as well is pretty nice. I think I'll lead Sableye. Just for the disable mostly. Maybe I'll just go Sableye Terapagos. No. I'll go Smeargle Terapagos. Have Sableye in the back. I just want to start putting decorates into Terapagos. I guess if I have a fast fake out. Maybe I can go Sableye, Smeargle, Terapagos. And finally, I think Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu can clean up pretty well with Heat Wave, and having something faster than Shadow Rider is nice. I can threaten it pretty massively with Dark Pulse, maybe. Plus boosting the power of Tera Starstorm, which is going to be my main carry here. Could be pretty powerful. Alright, let's see how it goes. Sleepy Flutter! And it's shiny. I don't know, some people don't like shiny Flutter. I like shiny Flutter. I think it's adorable. Alright. They got Chien-Pao, Zamazenta. I can pretty easily fake out the Zama. Skill swap to my own Smeargle. And I want to fake out the Zama because it's a lot less likely to be Ghost Tera. The one way I could basically lose this turn is Ghost Tera Chien-Pao, I go for a fake out into it, they double Smeargle. After I get through this turn, I will have Prankster, so I can't actually hit the Chien-Pao with Spore. But I can Spore the Zama. Sacred Sword, cool. Life Orb Chien-Pao. Interesting. Here's our Moody, which activates our Eject pack. And Pagogo time. I think I'll take this opportunity to Rock Polish for some speed. I assume we are very fast. Oh yeah, after a Rock Polish we are zooming. Rock Polish. Spore Zama. How do I lose this turn? They Terra Grass the Zama. Ooh, they go for a Sucker Punch. Love to see that. And no Terra. Good night. What a goofy team. Oh my goodness. Zamazenta sleepy. And now we are fast. I think this turn I will... I'm gonna side decorate for sure. And I'd probably just Terastalize, right? No. Still do have to worry about Wide Guard a little bit. You know what? I think I'll Earth Power Zamazenta and side decorate. I wonder if they're going to take out Smeargle yet. I wonder if they're going to wake up with Zamazenta either. Alright, that's not quite enough. Sacred Sword into the shell. Alright, they're going for the one-turn wake, take out Terapagos. Respectable play. Oh, they get it. I lose. Don't you just love that? Anyway. How do I get through the rest of this? I need to Heat Wave stuff. So I need to bring in Chi-Yu. But they will Wide Guard. And they have Sacred Sword. So I Tera Psychic Heat Wave. And Spore. Yeah. That way if they Wide Guard and Sacred Sword into the fish, I live the Sacred Sword and put Zamazenta to sleep. Then next turn I'm free to Heat Wave follow me to block a Sucker Punch. That one turn wake ruined it. This was the perfect setup. I had it. I could have covered for the one-turn wake-up. I could have decorated and protected Smeargle. Or, I mean, protected Terapagos there. They protect the Chien-Pao. Okay. Did not expect that. A little bit awkward in the face of Sucker Punch now. Since I can't actually do damage to a Shadow Rider with anything other than Chi-Yu. Amoonguss is fine. Need to follow me to avoid Sucker Punch. Still need to spam Heat Wave. They have to call this Sacred Sword Smeargle Spore Chi-Yu and Defensive Tera Amoonguss. They have to call this play. They didn't Tera their Amoonguss. That's nice. They Rage Powdered. That's beautiful. Chien-Pao and Amoonguss deleted. And the only Calyrex that can handle the Spore is Tera Grass, or I guess Safety Goggles? But if you're Tera Grass, you're gonna get hit by Heat Wave. Let's Heat Wave. Spore. Is this gonna work? After that one-turn wake, I thought it was over. Spore Prankster Smeargle's just too strong. Okay, they protect. That doesn't really do anything. Other than I could have decorated. I'm also not out of the game because I have Encore disable on Sableye. So I can force a struggle, potentially. Even if I lose Chi-Yu. I'm just going to do my best not to lose Chi-Yu. Here's the Spore. Heat Wave probably doesn't one-shot. But as long as I get enough chip, I can come back in later and hit with a more accurate move. Yeah. I just have to play this safe. I turn one Wake and I miss Heat Wave is how I can lose here. So I'm going to hard swap into Sableye so I can click a more accurate move. And I'm going to click follow me, I guess? Yeah, they just cancel the battle. Let's go! Yeah, that was pretty much over anyway. Whoo! Whoo! Good comeback. Alright, we've got Kali Ice Miraidon with Okie Dokie. That's cool. They also have Farigiraf, Volcarona, and Fluttermane. Okie Dokie's the main threat to Terapagos. They have Farigiraf to block Prankster Spores. So Smeargle with Prankster is not that powerful. Also Miraidon to block Spore in general. Sableye is not particularly useful either. But Terapagos seems nice. I do like Terapagos here. Maybe just Terapagos Smeargle. The only redirection they would have is Rage Powder Volcarona, I guess? Maybe it's a Ditto game, too? They don't seem to lean very much into the Trick Room mode. Yeah, I think Terapagos and Smeargle are pretty well positioned. In which case, support from Chi-Yu could be nice, or Zamazenta. Zamazenta even has Snarl. Could be nice. And for the Okie Dokie, we do have Psychic Chi-Yu. The question is whether I want to bring Ditto. Ditto is not awful here. But I think Chi-Yu is just a little bit better. I think if they were going to definitely be putting up Trick Room, I would think Ditto is better against the Kali Ice. But Chi-Yu can do damage to Kali Ice outside of Trick Room. They don't have a trainer card. Alright, well this is what I'm going with. I have possibility of Fake Out, but they have Farigiraf. Okay, they block Fake Out and Spore right away. Excellent. This could be Volt Switch into somebody. They could Volt Switch, bring in Kali Ice, set Trick Room. I think I want to protect Terapagos and just give it a Decorate. Don't think there's anything else of value I can really do here, other than follow me. Electro Drift into Smeargle, okay. Double up into Smeargle, maybe? I'll take a free +2. And lose Smeargle, but... yeah, doubling into Smeargle, but I got my Decorate. Could have got a free hit there. I could Snarl with either of these. Who could live the hit better? We've got 167, 135. Zamazenta a little more likely to live a hit. I'm gonna go Zama Snarl. Thing is, I could pop Tera right now. I don't know if I want to. I guess Psychic from Farigiraf could do something, but I'm gonna just Tera Starstorm. Plus Snarl. I think that's all I'm gonna do here. Get Snarl, no Tera from anybody. Not too surprising. Electro Drift to break the shell. Okay. It's respectable. Not going to do too much. We have the shell, and you're at -1 now. Yeah, that's not so bad. Could have been worse. And Starstorm! KO. Fantastic. Psychic. That's not going to hurt too much because of the drop, yeah. Not so bad. Thing I have to fear is what? Okie Dokie coming in? Kali Ice Rider. Okay. Okay, Starstorm that. Single target, and bring in Chi-Yu to boost the damage. The single target Starstorm will do more than the spread. Now if they protect and set up Trick Room, I guess that's awkward. Risk I gotta take though. They do protect. And they do set up Trick Room. I think the play is Stellar Starstorm and Heat Wave. You have to high horsepower the Chi-Yu to get rid of it, and if you do, you're ignoring Terapagos. You also have defensively Tera to take a hit from Chi-Yu, but if you do that, Terapagos does even more damage. So I think this is the play. Alright, looks like they're not going to Tera the Calyrex, which means they need to high horsepower, which means Terapagos is going to get a free hit, basically. Still a pretty scary situation, though. They do high horsepower and connect by Chi-Yu. Okay. Foul play. I am at +2 attack, so that does some damage. Farigiraf is gone. I wonder who their last Mon is. And if Terapagos is slower or faster than it. Okie dokie. Well, it matters. Who's gonna be faster? And can we live a Glacial Lance? I think maybe? They have a +1 though. I think really my only play is go for Tera Starstorm. I want to lock Focus Blast. I think I lock Moonblast. High horsepower into Zama doesn't do it. But we are slower! Oh, we were faster than Okie Dokie, so we moved second. Oh, that's a game over. That is game over. That is too bad. Really tough match. Really tough one. Got some calls wrong. They saved Okie Dokie for the optimal time. They got Trick Room up at just the right moment while I was using single target move. Guess I should have just gone for Spread Starstorm, huh? Anyway, get a trainer card. And we are back. I never expected a game to actually come down to Ditto's IVs. That's wild. But the rest of these games were so fun. This team is amazing. Try it out yourself. There's the rental code. Thank you again, Lorenzo, for creating this team. Thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And anyways, I'm Jordy. And, alright. Peace.